Something rather exciting is happening in fashion right now. And if you've been paying attention to the runways, you will have noticed it too. Spring-summer 2026 is not just another season of trends that will be forgotten by autumn. No, this season feels different. It feels like fashion is finally giving us permission to dress with both intention and joy, to embrace color without abandoning sophistication, and to invest in pieces that actually work for real life, rather than just looking good on a model walking at an impossible pace down a runway. The fashion world has experienced what can only be described as a creative revolution this past season, with an unprecedented number of fresh, creative visions stepping into major roles at beloved fashion houses. The result? Collections that feel more considered, more refined, and more intentional than we have seen in years. And the best part? The trends emerging from this creative shakeup are remarkably wearable. They are elegant without being stuffy, current without being fleeting, and sophisticated without requiring you to sacrifice comfort or your bank account. So today, we are going to explore the key trends shaping spring-summer 2026, breaking down exactly what is worth your attention and why these particular movements deserve a place in your wardrobe. Now, here is something that might help you as we go through these trends. Knowing what is trending is one thing, but knowing how to actually wear those trends for your specific body shape and style personality is something else entirely. If you have ever felt overwhelmed trying to figure out which trends work for you and which ones are best admired from a distance, my new book, linked in the description below, called Fashion Trends Book, teaches you a complete framework for evaluating any trend, current or future, so you can shop with confidence rather than confusion. It includes a 4-question trend test that takes the guesswork out of your wardrobe decisions. It might be just what you need to make sense of everything we are about to discuss. The link is in the description if you want to check it out. Right then, let us dive into the trends that will be defining elegant wardrobes this season. The color story. Let us start with color, because the palette for spring-summer 2026 tells a fascinating story about where we are collectively as a society and what we are craving in our wardrobes. First and foremost, gray is having a moment, and not the dreary, corporate gray of seasons past. This is gray in all its sophisticated glory, from soft dove tones to deeper charcoal shades. After seasons dominated by burgundy and chocolate brown, there is something incredibly refreshing about this cooler, more understated palette. Gray feels calm without being boring, elegant without trying too hard. It is the color equivalent of a well-edited room where everything has its place and nothing is shouting for attention. But here's where it gets interesting. While gray offers that quiet sophistication, the runways were simultaneously flooded with mood-boosting brights. Sunshine yellow is set to be one of the brightest stars of the season, moving away from the softer butter yellows we saw previously, towards something more energizing, more unapologetically cheerful. There is a sense that fashion is giving us permission to be joyful again, to wear colors that lift our spirits rather than blend into the background. Cerulean blue and cobalt are making strong appearances, creating that sense of confidence and clarity that only a perfectly saturated blue can deliver. Emerald green continues its reign as a sophisticated neutral alternative, appearing particularly prominently in outerwear, from structured jackets to leather trenches. And chartreuse, that eye-catching citrus green, is injecting a pulse of energy and optimism into collections across the board. Fire engine red refuses to leave the conversation, proving that sometimes a color trend has staying power for good reason. Red is confidence. Red is power. Red is looking across a room and commanding attention without saying a word. The official color of the year has been announced as Cloud Dancer, a soft, elegant white that represents our collective desire for fresh starts and clean slates. Think of it as a blank canvas that allows everything else in your wardrobe to shine. Whether you style it monochromatically for maximum impact or use it as a grounding neutral to balance bolder pieces, this shade of white whispers ease and elegance in equal measure. And for those who love a romantic, feminine palette, millennial pink is making its sophisticated return, though this time approached with more elevated silhouettes and luxurious fabrics rather than the casual, somewhat ironic iterations of a decade ago. The return of considered leather. Leather has always had a place in fashion, but for spring-summer 2026, there is more of it than ever on the runways, and it is being treated with a new level of refinement. This is not edgy, rebellious leather. This is polished, sophisticated leather that makes any outfit look instantly put together, yet effortlessly cool. We are seeing leather in every imaginable form, from jackets that have become the unofficial uniform of stylish women everywhere, to leather dresses that manage to be both daring and appropriate, to leather tops that can elevate even the simplest pair of trousers into something special. The beauty of this trend is its versatility. A leather jacket remains one of fashion's most trans-seasonal staples, which means your investment pays dividends throughout the year. The key is finding pieces with clean lines and quality construction that will age beautifully, rather than looking tired after a season or two. What makes this iteration of the leather trend feel particularly elegant is the focus on sophisticated silhouettes rather than obviously trendy cuts. We are talking about leather trench coats that look like they belong in a classic film, leather blazers that could take you from the office to dinner without missing a beat, and leather pieces in unexpected colors like rich burgundy, deep navy, and yes, that gorgeous emerald green we discussed earlier. Trousers take a new shape. One of the most wearable trends emerging from the spring-summer 2026 runways is a trouser silhouette that deserves your attention. After years of wide-leg everything, designers are putting forward trousers that are pleated, loose through the thigh, and then tapered at the ankle so that the leg has a gentle balloon effect. Now I know what you might be thinking. That sounds potentially unflattering. But here is the thing about this silhouette. When done well, it creates a beautifully fluid line that is both comfortable and remarkably sophisticated. The pleats add visual interest without bulk, and the tapered ankle keeps things looking polished rather than sloppy. This is exactly the kind of trend where understanding your body shape makes all the difference between looking incredible and looking like you got dressed in the dark. Speaking of which, if you find yourself standing in fitting rooms wondering why certain trends work on others but not on you, that fashion trends book I mentioned earlier breaks down exactly which silhouettes, hemlines, and proportions work for every body shape, so you never have to guess again. It even covers trouser styles specifically. Just something to think about if trouser shopping has ever felt like a frustrating experience for you. The pleated trouser trend pairs beautifully with tucked-in blouses, structured blazers worn over simple tees, or even just a well-fitted cashmere sweater. It is sophisticated without being stiff, which is really the sweet spot we are all chasing in our wardrobes. Top-handle handbags return. Every season, certain handbag shapes rise to prominence while others fade into the background. For spring-summer 2026, the top-handle handbag is experiencing a beautiful resurgence, and if you have ever appreciated the elegance of a ladylike bag, this news will make you very happy indeed. There is something undeniably sophisticated about a top-handle bag. It requires a certain posture, a certain intentionality in how you carry it. You cannot sling it over your shoulder and forget about it. It demands presence. And perhaps that is exactly why this style feels so right for a season that is all about dressing with more consideration and care. The top-handle bags appearing on runways this season run the gamut from structured leather pieces in classic shapes to softer, slightly more relaxed interpretations that feel modern while nodding to vintage elegance. Whether you prefer something minimalist and architectural or something with more decorative hardware and detail, there is a version of this trend that will work beautifully for you. This is also an excellent investment category because top-handle bags never truly go out of style. They may ebb and flow in terms of how trendy they feel at any given moment, but a beautiful top-handle bag will always read as elegant and polished. The elegance of crinkle and crushed fabrics. Here is a trend that will appeal to anyone who has ever wished they could look put together without fighting with an iron. Crinkled and crushed fabrics are having a major moment, and the effect is surprisingly sophisticated. We are seeing this texture appearing on dresses, on separates, and on shirting, creating an effect that is deliberately relaxed, yet still polished. The beauty of this trend is that it embraces imperfection in a way that feels liberating rather than sloppy. There is a laissez-faire elegance to intentionally textured fabric that says you care about how you look without being precious about it. What makes this trend work is fabric quality. Cheap crinkle reads as simply wrinkled. Quality crinkle reads as artfully textured. The difference is significant, so this is a trend where investing in better pieces will pay off in how polished you actually look. The crushed fabric trend works particularly well in softer, more fluid silhouettes, midi dresses that move beautifully, relaxed wide-leg trousers, blouses with gentle drape. The texture adds visual interest without requiring a single statement accessory or bold color choice. Styling detail. The collar up. Sometimes the biggest trend is not a piece of clothing at all, but rather how you wear it. One of the most elegant styling details emerging from the Spring-Summer 2026 runways is surprisingly simple: wearing your collar up. This one small adjustment, turning up the collar of your jacket or coat, creates a sense of effortless luxury that completely transforms an outfit. It is the kind of detail that looks like you were born knowing about fashion rather than something you had to learn, which is exactly why it works so well. The covered neck look conveys sophistication without any additional effort or expense. You can do it with coats you already own, with blazers you have had for years, with lightweight jackets you pull out every spring. It is the rare trend that costs absolutely nothing to try, yet delivers maximum impact. This styling trick works particularly well with structured outerwear. Think tailored coats, classic blazers, and trench styles. The collar-up approach is less successful with soft, unstructured pieces, where the collar simply flops rather than holding its shape. But with anything that has a bit of structure, this small detail can make you look like you just stepped off a runway rather than a bus. Preppy sportswear with a softer edge. Sports-inspired fashion has been cycling in and out of favor for decades, but the Spring-Summer 2026 interpretation feels notably different from previous iterations. This time, preppy sportswear has a relaxed, colorful quality that feels less gimmicky and more genuinely wearable. We are talking about striped rugby shirts, fitted polo tops, and V-neck knits that recall classic American sportswear, but with a laid-back, slightly nostalgic energy. The look is less about logomania and more about clean lines, quality fabrics, and a sense of easy, uncomplicated style. What makes this trend feel right for an elegant wardrobe is the way it is being styled. Tucked into beautifully tailored trousers, layered under sophisticated blazers, paired with refined loafers rather than in athletic trainers. It is preppy polish meets weekend ease, and the combination is surprisingly chic. The color story here is also appealing. Think rich navy, crisp white, soft coral, and that beautiful cerulean blue we discussed earlier. These are colors that feel fresh and optimistic without veering into anything too loud or attention-seeking. Statement skirts make their case. For those who love a bit of drama in their wardrobe, statement skirts are demanding attention this season. We are seeing explosions of tulle, bubbles of silk, and sculptural shapes that transform a simple top into a complete look. The beauty of a statement skirt is that it can serve as the entire outfit concept. Pair it with a simple white tee or a fitted black sweater, and you have something special without having to think too hard about coordination. The skirt does all the heavy lifting. This trend spans the spectrum from voluminous midi lengths that add romance to any silhouette to more sculptural, architectural pieces that feel like wearable art. Whether you prefer something soft and feminine or something bold and graphic, the statement skirt trend offers options for every aesthetic. The key to wearing this trend elegantly is balance. When your bottom half is doing a lot of talking, your top half should be quieter. Simple, well-fitted tops in solid colors let statement skirts shine without creating visual chaos. Florals reimagined. Yes, florals for spring. Not exactly groundbreaking as a certain film character once observed, but the Spring-Summer 2026 interpretation actually is doing something new with this perennial favorite. Rather than all-over floral prints, this season sees a rise in single, large blooms, one impactful rose, one striking lily, rendered imperfectly through delicate stitching or painterly technique. It is flower, singular, rather than flowers plural, and the effect is surprisingly fresh. This approach to florals feels more artful and considered than the typical spring prints. There is an intentionality to featuring one bloom that reads as sophisticated rather than expected. It is the difference between a garden party dress and a museum-worthy piece of wearable art. These singular floral moments work beautifully as conversation pieces within an otherwise understated outfit. A blouse featuring one dramatic bloom can transform simple trousers into something memorable. A dress with an artistic floral treatment becomes the kind of piece you build occasions around wearing. Classic denim returns to form. After denim experimented with all manner of distressing, embellishment, and unusual treatments in recent seasons, Spring-Summer 2026 sees a return to classic, no-fuss washes and reliable silhouettes. Straight leg, boot cut, and wide leg in authentic indigo washes are dominating, styled simply with white shirts, basic tees, and blazers tossed casually over shoulders. There is something deeply satisfying about this return to denim basics. A perfect pair of jeans remains one of fashion's most democratic items, flattering across ages and body types when the fit is right. And there is elegance and simplicity in choosing classic proportions over trendy details that date quickly. The styling approach for denim this season emphasizes ease and sophistication simultaneously. Think denim paired with silk blouses, denim under structured blazers, denim with elegant flats rather than trainers. It is casual elevated, and it works for nearly every lifestyle and occasion. Conclusion. So there you have it, the key trends shaping Spring-Summer 2026, and why this season feels particularly exciting for those of us who value elegance over flash, quality over quantity, and timeless style over fleeting fads. What I find most encouraging about this trend landscape is how wearable it all feels. These are not trends that require a complete wardrobe overhaul or a willingness to look ridiculous in the name of fashion. They are trends that can be incorporated thoughtfully, gradually, into wardrobes you are already building. A beautiful gray blazer here, a sophisticated leather piece there, a top-handle bag that elevates everything you pair it with. The real skill in navigating any trend season is knowing which trends serve your life and your body, and which ones are better admired on others. And that skill, once developed, serves you not just this season, but every season that follows. If you enjoyed this exploration of what is coming for Spring-Summer 2026, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more elegance in every detail. And one more thing before you go. If you want to take what we discussed today even further and learn how to evaluate any trend for your specific body shape and style personality, my Fashion Trends book is genuinely worth a look. It teaches you a framework for thinking about trends rather than just what to wear right now, which means the skills you learn from it apply to every season, not just this one. It covers everything from silhouettes and hemlines to colors and prints, broken down by body shape so you know exactly what works for your frame. If you have ever felt like fashion is a language everyone else speaks fluently while you are still figuring out the basics, it might be exactly what you need. The link is in the description below. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If you want to continue exploring elegant style, be sure to watch the next video appearing on your screen right now. I will see you there.